What happens when you get into debt?
You've lied to me, haven't you? I think you're trying to throw me off the scent.
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back.
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You have to down to hell!
Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors
Hello?
in dramatic situations.
You want to stand here like a big man? Leave it. Talk to me. Talk to me. Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I don't think it. Just calm down.
and their possessions.
The desks are going. Everything.
You're joking.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement.
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
Recent reports show that business debt has increased by 25% in the last 2 years. A quarter of all small companies say that debts of less than £20,000 are enough to put them out of business altogether.
High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and Kevin Stokes are in South London with a writ to collect a large debt from an Italian deli.
You know this next writ we're going to?
Yeah.
Italian Food Express 11 Limited.
Yes, mate.
It's for 29,939 quid.
You're joking.
Oh, bloody well, ain't you?
How much?
£29,939.46.
Look at that. It's a lot of pasta or whatever, isn't it? If
It's
it's,
a lot of pasta.
yeah, it's coming up.
There
Yeah,
it is.
Italian Food Express.
Off
Off
licence.
Whee! Fantastic. Let's go, Del.
OK.
The business named on the writ is Italian Food Express 11. Kevin and Del can demand immediate payment today or seize goods to offset the debt.
Hello, sir. My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm from DCBL High Court Enforcement.
Okay.
Hello, how are you doing, sir? I need to speak to the owner, please.
It's me.
Is you? What's your name, sir?
Antonio.
Antonio.
Negro.
Basically, we're here with a High Court writ from a person called Gasper Principato. He's claiming that you owe him some money.
I think it's something to do with the old company, which is not me. I took over since November.
Okay. And what's your company called, sir?
Gennaro Delicatessen Ltd.
Okay. Do you have your lease agreement here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Could I have a look, please? Thank you.
Despite the name on the shop front, it appears that a new company, Gennaro Delicatessen, is now running the deli. But Kevin needs proof.
The lease is on my name.
Who did you buy this from, sir?
From Italian Food Express.
Okay. Is that any relation to yours, or is that it's nothing to do with you, no? Sir, you said you have no affiliation with the last company that was here. Your name is Antonio Negro.
Antonio Faja.
Okay. You just told me Negro when I first got in here.
Antonio Faja.
You said Negro.
Negro is my brother. I mean, it's my...
You said Negro.
You said Negro when we came in, which is a bit coincidental. And the director of the company Italian Food Express Limited is Antonio Negro. You've lied to me, haven't you?
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
I don't think it is a mistake, sir. I think you're trying to throw me off the scent.
After first claiming his surname was Negro, Antonio now says it's Faja, a name not connected to the company on the writ.
Can I just call the person who is in charge, the director and everything, so you can talk to them?
Yeah, can you just... Yeah, you told us you was in charge.
I am the manager in here.
People often try to put you off the scent when dealing with a business. The change of names, a different company being set up, particularly when you know it's the same people.
With Antonio's story changing, Kevin suspects that the company named on the writ is actually still running the delicatessen.
This one is...
Can I have just look at this?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. If you're a new company, why have you got Italian Food Express Limited? Bank details here.
There's a lot of paper. We still got a lot of paper since November.
Don't believe a word he's saying to me. He just lied to me since the minute I walked in here. He's trying to throw me off the scent constantly. I'm sure now if I go through paperwork in there, I'm going to find everything to do with this company. If you told me you had no affiliation with any Italian Food 11, why on earth would you have that in here? That's quite a confidential document.
With a High Court writ to enforce, Kevin searches for more evidence that Italian Food Express 11 still owns the deli.
Sir?
Yeah.
You say you took over in November?
Yeah.
Why is there an invoice for Italian Food Express 11 dated 16th of February?
It's changing now, some invoice.
This was last week, sir. There's bank statements from a week ago. As you can see in the windows, he's still got Italian Food Express. I gave him every chance to tell me the truth, but he's just lied constantly, one after the other. So I'm not afraid. If he wants to play that game, then I'll play it with him.
The evidence is mounting. It's clear to the agents that the company who owes the £30,000 is still involved with the deli. Kevin decides it's time to take action.
I'm going to inform you now.
Yeah.
We're going to carry out stage 3. We're going to remove goods from the premises, OK?
He calls the office.
Hello, Graham. I'm on that Italian Food 11 one. It's about 30 grand. Basically, I've come in here, they've tried to throw me off the scent as soon as I've walked in here. Denied knowing anything about the debt, didn't even know who the person was who owed the debt. Said they bought the company from the last company who was Italian Food Express. He's basically saying that he's got a new company running out of here, but the business rates are still in the old company's name. There's an invoice from last week in the old company's name. There's documents everywhere in the old company's name that we're looking for.
Kevin and Dell think they have enough proof that Italian Food Express 11 is still in business, and the deli hasn't changed hands as Antonio claims. But if he won't pay, seizing company assets won't be easy.
Listen, it's a delicatessen places, jars of food everywhere. You're going to struggle to get 30-odd grand out of here. We've got a coffee machine, we've got one of them saws that cuts ham, we've got things like that. OK, mate, lovely. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Bye.
With some potentially valuable assets identified, Kevin makes his next move.
Hi, sir. My next step now is I'm going to start dismantling your goods, OK?
So you have to wait?
No,
we don't have to wait,
no.
OK?
So,
OK.
It's probably easier,
do you
sir.
want to carry on serving while we're doing this?
Do you want to... I would suggest... Kevin, I would suggest he closes.
Okay.
He closes. I suggest you close.
The agents are ramping up the pressure. But with Antonio still claiming that it's not his business that owes the money, will Kevin and Dell get the £30,000 they came for? Now, with the customers gone, Dell wants to find out more about the debt.
What do you know about the money owing, sir?
We don't know about this money.
You don't know nothing about it?
Faced with another denial, Kevin probes further.
Dell, who's the client?
Is,
Is it that?
yeah, Principal.
Who's the secretary?
This is my wife.
So your wife is the claimant?
Yes.
Listen to me, sir.
Yes.
We've asked you what it's about, and you said you don't know.
No, you asked me about the money.
What is it about, sir? What is
The
it?
money, we don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
So Gaspar
Si.
is your wife's father?
Ex-wife.
Your ex-wife's father. What's the money for? What's the money
I don't
for?
know.
This is why you've changed the name of the company, though, isn't it?
No, I didn't change the name of the company. I just was very stressed, and I was not able to carry on with the shop.
Antonio's story has started to unravel. As he's admitted a family connection to the claimant, Gaspar Principato, the agents are now more sceptical than ever. But then another man arrives and makes an unexpected claim.
We're closed, sir. We're closed. We're closed.
I'm the director, him is my manager.
Can I see some ID, sir?
The man has ID to prove that he is Mr. Farger, the person Antonio has claimed to be. Mr. Farger says it's him, not Antonio, who is the new owner of the deli, being run under the name Gennaro Delicatessen.
More to 20,000 euros.
£20,000. Can you show me the transaction where you paid for the business?
It's my money.
It's your money. How did you get this money for that money? It's your savings?
Yeah.
OK, then you'll be able to show me how you saved up for the... So if you can just start showing me the documents. Obviously, if you can't, OK, if you can't prove that this is your business and how you paid for it, what we're going to do today, sir, is we're making arrangements at the moment to basically take the goods from the premises. So if you want to go and get your statement, show me when you made the transaction to pay for this company.
Well, for me, it's a cesspit of nonsense. To be honest, I'm absolutely a bit shocked how intertwined this is all turning out to be.
Mr. Farger produces a bank statement. He says it proves he purchased the business.
Kevin?
Okay.
I started to 21,
Yep.
the first transaction, and then it's continued.
How much did they get for the business?
Gave 29,000.
Well, long short, it was 39,000.
So it was the old company.
You paid it to the old company. Paid that to the old company.
Faced with this unusual set of events, Kevin calls the office again for advice.
Hello, mate. Right, he's got bank statements showing in October he made several transactions amounting up to 29 grand. He made the transactions to Italian Food Express, which is the company that we're here for. So it's a transfer.
Despite Antonio's clear link with the debt, Mr. Farger has produced hard evidence to prove that he is the new owner of the deli, so the agents can't pursue the debt.
Once you've established that they've formed a new company, then all debts die with the old company, particularly if it's a limited company. So it makes it almost impossible to enforce because the law allows it. We realised there wasn't an awful lot we were going to be able to achieve, even though there was evidence of the old company having been traded there.
Yeah, OK. I'm going to throw this one back. Thank you. OK. We're satisfied, OK, with what we've seen. You showed me the lease. You showed me transactions where you've paid the money. OK. We're not going to take action here. We're going to walk out today. OK. Thank you for your time. OK.
Thank you, yeah.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too, sir.
When people change their names and that so that you can't enforce, it's very frustrating. But what about the claimant? What if it was you who was owed that money? But the law enables him to do that. There was not a lot we could do there.
I just wish I could have done more in there, but there is nothing more I can do. As much as it's paining me to do so, I have to smile and walk away from this. Thank you.
According to new figures, soaring property prices have seen the number of people renting almost double in the last 25 years. But the number of tenants being evicted from their homes is at an all-time high, as rising rents and cuts to benefits make renting increasingly unaffordable.
Northwest London. Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to evict a tenant whose letting agent claims she owes over £20,000 in unpaid rent.
Leafy streets. These are £1 million homes, aren't they, in a place like this?
Well, that's pushing it a bit.
Is it?
It's a repossession. It's a flat.
The letting agent claims the tenant hasn't paid rent in over 18 months, and the agents have been instructed to evict her from the flat today.
It's got to be the flats, isn't it? They ain't double thinking.
At the flat, Steve and Paul are joined by Rupesh, a trainee agent.
Oh, what number is it?
Flat 15. Trades.
Hello? Mrs. Finnerty. I have something for you. Could you open the door for us? I have a letter.
The tenant, Amy Finnerty, seems reluctant to open the door.
Hello?
But another resident lets them into the block.
Good morning.
Oh, God, you're scary.
Sorry about that. When we go to a door, we never know who's there or who's behind it. And the first thing they do is, once they see us and they understand what our job is, then they break down in tears.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I just speak to you, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
Get in there. Can I open the door, please? I got thinking.
Just calm down. Just please, just take your time. Take a breath.
I got 2 letters, okay? 2 letters. Unless I have to wait for the 3rd one to tell me when the baby's gonna come. This and that, okay? I've been going through crazy. I have no boy in the past 4 years. 4 years with no heating, with nothing.
Can I just stop you there? The county court process has now stopped. It's been transferred to the High Court.
Okay, yeah. That's fine, I don't mind.
That's right. No, that's okay. So there is no notification.
Okay.
We're here today.
Amy claims she stopped paying rent in protest when her landlord didn't fix a broken boiler.
Just calm, just a little bit. Just take it a little bit.
We have to get out.
Paul needs Amy to understand the situation.
We need you to get you to the council office as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So you need to pack whatever you're going to need for an overnight stay, if you like, and then you can make an arrangement with the landlord.
No, I don't trust the landlord. I've been with him 4 years.
There's nothing we can do about
But
that.
I want to remove all my stuff. I can't remove my stuff.
What about the furniture and all that? Or
The
does
furniture's walking state. I just need...
Right, well, get packing then as fast as
All
you
right,
can.
quickly, I mean, very quick.
Amy calls her mother for help.
Oh, Mum, please pick up, Mum. Mum, I've got bailiffs in my house here. They're kicking me out of my house, Mum. Please, come and help me.
Obviously, the job we do, people are never pleased to see us. Everybody's upset because they're leaving what they consider as their home.
Amy's friends turn up to support her.
Amy, why are you getting evicted?
Because the landlord couldn't bother to fix the boiler.
So you haven't made yourself intentionally homeless then?
No.
Sometimes the landlord hasn't looked after the property. He won't repair this, he won't do this. So you get that tension sometimes. But ultimately, it's down to them to actually pay the landlord the rent.
Amy's mum and brother also arrive to help her pack up the flat.
Good morning.
Sorry.
No, take your time, take your time.
Having an older family member there can be a tremendous help if the people who turn up are rational and are not there to cause aggravation. It can also go the other way and they just throw a complete spanner into the works.
This is very bad. You're the policeman.
No, I'm not. No,
Then
I'm
what
not
do you
policeman. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay. You can't do it. You have to give us at least 1 day to take all the stuff. But what kind of landlord? Look. No bloody heaters for 3 years. The children that was ill, the suffer.
Please don't shout. I
I'm not
agree.
shouting.
Yes, I agree.
I'm talking.
I agree with you.
What
Listen.
it is, do you want to see more things? I'll show you more things. See, maggots here, maggots. Open. More. Look.
They've been here for 7 to 8 years. They still expect the landlord to replace the carpets and the furnishings and things like that. If I want a new carpet in my house because I spill coffee on it or whatever, you just go out and buy it, don't you? So we're back into a society that expects other people to pick up the bill continuously.
That's my daughter. She's been suffering her life. Like this.
Tensions are rising. What started as a simple repossession is quickly turning sour.
Where are you going to move these bags to? Hit them in the letterbox. Hurry up.
And then what?
It's all right. I'll kick your face.
Now the family are nearly ready to leave, but Amy's mother is still upset.
3 years, he couldn't do nothing, the landlord. He wanted, you know what I mean, rent, and that's it. We told him the washing machine broken, he didn't do nothing. She stayed with our children with no clothes.
Amy's hour to pack up and leave is almost up. Then the letting agent arrives at the flat.
The landlord
of this place? Not the landlord. So who are you? I'm the managing agent.
Why not come in the original landlord to come in to see what he was doing?
No, I understand you had an issue with the disrepair.
3 years with no central heaters. Of course, if you're our place, you're gonna stop with the rates as well. You're gonna stop with the rent. And how much you paying my daughter? £800. You know, I know it's not your fault, but it's the landlord is a fault.
I'll convey the message. I mean, it's what he wants to get in touch with you. It's up to him. But I mean, that's all.
I mean, to touch at me? Oh, you must be joking. I don't want to touch at me, this guy, what he done with my daughter, make her throw all her stuff outside. Come on, please.
Amy's legally entitled to return to the flat to collect the rest of her belongings. But she wants to take everything now.
But the landlord won't let me in the house. He won't let me in the house. I know he won't.
They would, they have to. They have to.
Yeah. I thought it was Irish.
Paul tries to reason with Amy.
Listen, stop. Have you got the money to pay for a cab?
Yes, I have.
That's okay, that's all right. Don't panic, though, don't panic. All we're looking at is to achieve the fastest result, and I would rather make friends than enemies. So if you look at our further mantra, if you like, it's better to make a friend than an enemy, and we do that. Before you go, can I give you... That's my card.
Okay.
So if there's any issues that follow on from this, if the landlord doesn't cooperate, or if there's any advice you think you need...
Okay.
There might be things that happen that you just need a few words of advice.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, that's okay.
You've been so kind.
That's okay.
Paul's years of experience have calmed the situation, but they still need to get the family to leave.
Amy, give me black bags.
What else needs to come out?
The bags as well. I don't know how we're going to take it.
Well, look, we've taken photographs of it here.
Okay.
The landlord's got to give you access to it.
At least we can get some bags.
You've got my phone number.
All right, thank you.
It's just that we need to go. We've got misery to spread elsewhere.
Okay.
We've got more people to upset.
Thank you.
An hour and a half after the agents arrived, the whole family are finally leaving.
Amy, just stop crying, babe.
Amy and her children are now homeless.
I have to take her to council today, really, because I've got no place. I've got only 3 bedrooms. It's one for me, and one for my son, one for my daughter. And then where I'm gonna keep her? The dining room, her stuff is gonna be in my dining room.
If you'd like to be outside.
All right, thank you.
It's nice to have met you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry
Nice
about
to
the
meet you.
circumstances.
No problem. Nice to meet you anyway, and thank you so much for your help.
New research suggests Britain's debt crisis is affecting people of all ages. A leading charity reports that a quarter of over 65s are now struggling financially.
High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and Brian O'Shaughnessy are in Suffolk with a writ to collect a large business debt.
All right, Del, what have we got next, mate? In the first instance, we are looking to collect £15,844.79.
A couple, Mr. and Mrs. Wilby, are named on the writ. They bought a car exhaust business from the claimant, Mr. Skinner, 4 years ago, but they've still not paid the full price agreed for the business.
What's the interest on this? £3,334. Quite a large amount, this one, fella.
Brian and Dell's colleagues have visited Mr. Wilby before, but the £15,000 debt has not been cleared. Now the agents want payment in full today, or they will seize goods to pay off the debt.
Yeah, there's nobody here, mate. But you can see straight through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be at home.
Shall we look around the back?
I think we've probably not long missed them because the windows are still steamed up. So I don't think we've missed them by much, but we've missed them.
Nice, isn't it?
Brian and Dell look around the property for assets they can seize if the debtor can't or won't pay.
Oh, lovely old job.
It's a classic MG.
It's in good nick. Yeah, nice. Hang on, I used to have one. I had the BGT, which is the...
Well, you're of the older generation, aren't you? So you'll know a bit more than me about these things.
Yes, it's more experience.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why you
the
should...
old generation.
No, experience.
Not experience at all.
That's why you should do as you're told.
With a knowledge of classic cars, Dell knows the value of this potential asset.
In the days when the collector's cars were worth a bit of money, you'd probably get about 7-8 grand for that. Now, with austerity measures, I'd average it out at about 4 or 5 grand. There's probably more sentimental value, and you wouldn't want us to take that.
Brian and Dell decide to wait outside.
Nice car, though.
Really?
No, they are. Just because you wouldn't fit in one doesn't mean it's not nice.
I could fit in that.
What, in that?
I could fit in that, yeah.
You wouldn't get out of it if you did.
If I can get in it, I can get out of it, can't I?
No, it's not that easy.
The office have given Dell a number for Mrs. Wilby's workplace.
Hello, surgery.
Yes, good morning. Is Patricia there, please?
Patricia who?
Patricia Wilby.
Yes, speaking.
Patricia, my name is Mr. Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Right.
I'm outside your property at the moment in relation to a High Court writ.
Right.
Is there any chance you could come back to sort this out with us?
Okay, can you just bear with me and I'll ring you back?
Yes, we'll wait for your call, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Minutes later, Cyril Wilby arrives home.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Shall we go and have a chat?
Mr. Wilby is fully aware of the debt.
What's the date of the...
outside, please, for a minute.
No, sir, I'm not waiting outside.
How much do you want?
We want...
I can't...
We need you...
Everything, totally everything I've got.
Well, let me answer your first question. We need £15,844.
Oh, I haven't got nothing, I tell you. The most I can give you today is 500 quid. That's all the money I possess. If you could give me 3 months, please. That's all I'm asking for.
The problem is, for me to even consider that, I'd have to have some idea of how you're going to get that money, because people say a lot of things, and then and it's difficult in 3 months to.
I have it within 3 months. You'll have to.
Can anybody else help you with this issue?
Can anybody help me?
Yeah.
No, I've had all my help I can get.
Mr. Wilby says he can't pay. So Dell starts to put the pressure on.
What's the situation with the MG?
Gone.
Mr. Wilby claims he recently sold the car along with another vehicle.
Okay, so why is the car still here if you sold it?
Because I'm waiting for him to collect it.
Yeah. So what prevents them from taking it then?
The vehicle's still here because he ain't got nowhere to put.
Well, you know what? We'll end up having to take it, won't we? If we can't come to an arrangement.
You'll have to take whatever you can.
Fine, I will then.
But you can't take the car because...
Yes, we can. And I will.
What, today?
Yes, today. It's a classic car. That'll sell for about 4 or 5 grand, probably. What we're going to do now, we're going to go through your house. If there's anything else of value, and you told me to help myself, so I will.
As Brian looks around the house for other assets to seize, Cyril Wilby calls the woman he says now owns the car.
Hello, is that Mrs. Horrocks? That's Mr. Wilby. Got the bailiffs at my door again. Can you explain to them what you've done about the cars? Now they're taking the car. Yeah, they're taking the MG. Well, they said they can. Can you speak to this lady?
Who is this lady?
The woman who bought the car.
Hello? When did you buy the cars, madam? Okay, why is the car still here then? He has to be insured to drive it because... Yeah, well, that means it's still his car. Sorry, who are you in relation to this gentleman? You're his daughter, yeah? We're getting somewhere now. We're not idiots, you know, and we know what's probably gone on. All I want's the truth of the matter, and now we're getting somewhere. And you bought the cars off your father. Well, I'm not happy with the receipt. Your father's still insured on the vehicle.
Dell's detective work on the phone means that the agents can still take the car.
Cyril claimed that the vehicle was now owned by his daughter and stepson. They loaned him some money. Because he's loaned the money, it's not on the hire purchase agreement, so he'd still have to pay the loan technically, and we could still seize the vehicles because they're still Cyril's.
Brian wants to know more about Cyril's long history with the claimant and why he owes him so much money.
Well, what was it all about then?
Well, I bought a business of it.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I had to borrow the money.
Yeah.
At the moment, I've paid him £105,000 in the last 3 years.
What he's done, Cyril, is he got a county court judgment in 2011, 24th of May, and he's upgraded to the High Court, the 8th of May this year. My job's just merely to collect the money. That's my job. That's it.
Simple as that. He's had everything I've got. I have got nothing left.
Cyril claims that the business he bought had huge unexpected costs, which he's struggled to pay off. 4 years on, he's still over £15,000 in debt.
Please help me. Please. If you could do that, you could help me just like that. I mean, he's making my life hell, honestly.
If you can get half of it, then
we do an arrangement for the balance.
We can do an arrangement for the balance until you manage to get it sorted out. If people cooperate with us, things become a lot easier to deal with. We're more receptive to wanting to help them with their situation, and when they see that, they begin to tell us exactly what the situation is.
Cyril Wilby now makes a last chance appeal to family members to try and raise some cash.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll speak to you later. Bye. Well, I can come up with £3,500.
It's a start, but the money doesn't come close to clearing the debt.
On the face of it, £2,500 is not enough.
That's all the money I possess. Please take £3,500, leave everything it is for 3 months.
Brian calls the office to see if the claimant will accept Cyril's offer.
We've just finished negotiations. We're at 2, yeah? 3.5 grand today. And you can do 2 grand a month. I mean, the problem is here, the goods and assets inside the house won't cover the debt outstanding.
Yeah, what?
I'm happy he'll pay the 3.5 today and keep up with this arrangement. Do me a favour, ask the claimant. I need an answer, a swift answer, because I'll act upon his instruction. 1, to take 3.5, 2 grand a month. If not, if he wants us to remove the car, we'll do it. It's up to him. I'm happy to do it. Let me know. Bye-bye. Cyril, what I've done, I've phoned the office, asked them to call the claimant. Now, the claimant has to agree. We can only advise with what's in front. We tell the claimant what's gone on here. 9 times out of 10, they listen to our advice and they deal with it. If they're having a discussion, they know about the vehicles being here. He may not accept that arrangement, but that's what I've advised, okay?
All that Cyril can do is wait to see whether the claimant will accept his offer.
I think he's had a really bad time here. I think he's tried to go into business and it's kind of bitten him on the arse. We don't want to take his car. We've said that to him. He's a really nice chap, to be quite honest. But the facts are this, if he doesn't pay half, we will take control of it and we will remove it.
5 minutes later, Brian gets a call back from the office.
Fine, I appreciate that, lovely. Okay, yeah, well, that's what we're trying to prevent. Okay, and he gets his money. Okay, all right, leave it to me, that's great. Okay, cheers, bye. Cyril, accepted it, all right? They've listened to us and they're happy to do it, all right? I'm happier, yeah? Everything stays there.
We had a call back?
Yeah, go for it, yeah?
The claimant has accepted the proposal and Cyril can keep his cars for now.
So basically what this is what's called a controlled goods agreement. What this means is an agreement to you and I, High Court, that the cars are left in your possession. You can use them as you wish, but until the debt's paid, they're in the High Court's possession.
You must remember, if you default,
yes,
the car
they're going, both of them.
Go. They will go, and your debt will be cleared then with them both cars. And
yeah, but I'll work bloody hard for that.
I know you did.
And that's why we've done it, Cyril. All right.
Thank you very much.
But you could see he was under a lot of stress. But he's okay. This is a good result for him. Dare I say that? If there's such a thing.
Brian and Dell's persistence has paid off.
The latest research shows that over a third of landlords are facing rent arrears. 1 in 5 reported that tenants falling behind with their rent would put them into serious financial trouble within 12 months.
Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in Cambridgeshire with a writ to evict tenants who owe £7,000 in rent arrears.
We're looking for number
47.
No, 45.
Sure?
Yeah, 45. 19.
What's it there?
That's it there.
Don't pick guns.
Well, the car's got a flat tyre.
The Polish tenants who live here haven't paid rent for nearly 2 years. As a result, the landlord has had to put the house on the market to cover his losses. But he can't sell with the non-paying tenants inside.
The curtain's moved, so somebody's obviously opened the door upstairs.
The landlord has decided not to chase the rent arrears. He just wants the tenants out today.
How do you say in Polish? We're not going away. You please open the door. If you don't, within the next 2 minutes, we will break it down.
Finally, somebody answers the door.
Hello. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have a repossession order for this property.
Sorry, I don't understand.
OK, is there somebody in the house who speaks English? OK, you have to go. You have to leave. We have a High Court order to evict you. Thank you.
What is this?
It's a High Court order which gives us the authority to take possession of the premises.
What? I must leave for what?
Sorry? You haven't paid any rent. You have to go now. 1 hour.
I have only 1 hour?
Yeah. You don't have to take everything, OK?
Yeah.
You need to take clothing for a few days, identification, any medication, phone charges, things you need for a few days, and then you can make an arrangement to come back and collect everything else. So concentrate on what you need for a few days.
3 days?
2-3 days, yeah.
Okie dokie. When I back tomorrow, it take this, yeah?
That's right.
You have to speak to the landlord to make an arrangement to come back.
The tenant, Tomas, goes to tell his wife they must pack immediately.
Przyjechali, kurwa, stoją na dole, kurwa. Powiedzieli, że kurwa, jeżeli nie otworzę, to wypierdolą drzwi.
It's clear that he has understood everything.
How many people in the house? Just 2 or 4?
3.
Oh, 3. OK. Did you tell the other person? They have to go? Oh, OK.
The family have lived here for 4 years.
You're evicting.
Oh, no.
Cat and 4 kittens. What? Just don't let the cat out the bag or the house.
As the tenants get ready to leave, the landlord, Colin, arrives.
I've just come all the way from Milton Keynes, but I've had to bring my wife with me because she had a seizure last night.
Oh, God.
Cut a long story short, 2 years ago, my wife had a horse accident. She was worse than Schumacher, so she's got brain injury, and I've had to bring her with me.
Colin and his wife, Di, bought the house as an investment using her pension funds. But just over 2 years ago, it became their only source of income.
I lost my job, obviously, because of my head injury, and because I started having seizures, he lost his job because he was having to be home with me. You're in this situation with no money. At least the rent that you would have paid would have put food in our mouths. So I sent them a letter saying, look, you know, we want to resolve this. You know, I've been ill, please resolve this. Here's our email address if you can't ring. And they've never contacted us.
You know, we hear the stories every single day, and there's always a turn, a twist, whatever it might be. All of these landlords are not the rich individuals that people assume them to be. They're ordinary working people who've taken on a buy-to-let property, but they're actually using it to make a living. So if the actual cash flow dries up, their living is stopped dead. How much is the rent a month?
$5.50.
That's nothing.
We've never put it up in 4 years.
Really sorry, but within the hour they'll be gone. You'll have the keys.
The hour is nearly up, but the tenants aren't ready to leave. With the help of their friends, they've decided to empty the whole house.
Is all that stuff in there's theirs?
That's set for
white goods.
Machine. Yeah, white goods. What you rent.
Yeah.
I think they've got rid of our fridge, and there's an American fridge.
There is a fridge in
there. Mine.
Right.
But there was a white one. I don't give a shit.
No, you just want them out. Yeah, I get the point.
Gone.
No.
Without damaging the property.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But inside, Steve finds Tomas's wife and another family member unplugging the washing machine.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
It's mine.
White goods stay. There was a washing machine here.
Look, it's broken. It's broken. It's mine.
If that's hers, it can go.
I mean, I feel sorry for the landlord. He's been trying for over a year to get rid of these people, and they've just been staying put. That bloke's been desperate for money because he was living on the income from here with his wife's problems. Whereas these people, on the other hand, have been living in a very comfortable semi-detached house and have paid no rent for it.
You nearly done?
Yes.
Huh? OK, 5 minutes. Like that.
1 hour and 5 minutes after the agents arrived, and most of the contents of the house are on the street.
OK. Just locking up the back doors, making sure everything's switched off. Yeah, just checked all the lights and that. Checked the back windows. I've locked up downstairs. Thomas, don't forget, this must go.
Now?
Not now, but...
Yes.
OK.
Yeah,
In a
everything.
couple of days.
Everything.
OK?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to draw a conclusion and it's all done. They're out, so happy days.
These guys have lived here rent-free for over a year, nearly 2 years now, and it's my property. And I can't touch them. I can't even knock at the door, and that's wrong. It is a wrong system, and I'd never do this again. The house is getting sold, and I'm never ever going to rent again.
Next time, Paul and Steve come under attack during an eviction at a traveller site.
Why would I be scared?
Scared of the pikey.
Stuart and Vic are faced with a family in crisis.
And then the daughter turned around and say, well, it's your dad, sort it out. It's like, oh, my God.
What a daughter.
And the agents struggle to evict a tenant who refuses to leave.
She needs to start packing, but she's not. She's just standing here looking at me.